Well, here we are at the Bear Valley Historical Museum. And this is Memorial Weekend on Saturday, their opening day for the season. Let's go in and I'll show you what it's all about and tell you when they're going to be open in the future. Well, look at the entrance here. They have a lot of old things. Look at old, this is an old grader. Farm equipment's out here. The old chuck wagon is here. Compliments of the wonderful longtime Bob Brown. Donated all this. God bless his soul. And it's really neat. Ooh, look at the teepee over there. They have a lot of buildings here. They have over 1 million artifacts. Can you get over that? And now I'm going to give you a close-up of the stamp mill. This was brought down from a mine in Northern California, and it's running. You can see the strap onto the wheel, but what it does, it crushes rocks. And then they have a blacksmith shop out there. And real blacksmiths pounding away. So there's a lot to see at the museum, both inside and out. Let's go inside first.
To the back here, and you'll see in a garage there's some Surreys and those. And also you'll find our gold pattern for the youngsters is out in the back there. Gold padding is free for the kids. And we have a couple of blacksmiths working today showing the art of blacksmithing. So enjoy your look around.
And these little
oh, wow.
items, what are you?
I've been chatting with Marion, folks, and you've been listening to her telling all about the museum.
We're trying.
Oh, this is opening day, opening weekend.
Having a wonderful turnout today. A lot of people interested in history, so great day.
I know it. It's a great destination now. Over 1 million artifacts on the property now, which is great.
And more to come, we hope.
You bet. Oh, yeah, there's a lot more coming. And we have the old schoolhouse here. We've got one of the original barbershops, which I think I'll go in the other building and see.
Great, great. Yes, you need to take a look there.
And then, of course, the blacksmith is working today.
Yeah, I think we have 2 or 3 of them out there.
Ah, good. So anyway, this is the opening weekend. And then from this weekend on, they're open on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays only. And we do have an admission now. We used to have just donations, but there's so much upkeep for the museum that it's now, what, $3?
It's $3 for adults. 14 and under are free for the children.
Man, who can't afford that? But you know, every little bit helps. Because you got utilities and maintenance and things, so we've got to be sure that we do it.
We're doing our best.
Good seeing you volunteer. And
thank you very much, Ron.
I'm going to go take a little tour.
Great, thank you.
Right here at the entrance is their gift shop. They have all kinds of books and magazines on not only Big Bear Valley, but the mountains in general, all across the top. They have pyrite for sale. Ooh, and that's pretty good. Little wooden boxes. You know, really some neat things here. Look at these bracelets that are here. A lot of Southwest things. Look at the paintings on that. How neat, huh? There's one of the exhibits. Well, here's another exhibit. This is a beautiful saddle, all hand engraved. Big Bear Lake Bicentennial. And this was done by good old Bob Brown. He was the leather maker for the Stars. He did a lot of holsters and leather cuffs and chaps and vests, everything for the Stars, like the Duke and gosh, all the early stars, Roy Rogers, and just the whole batch of them. And he always bragged about, he is the one that taught the Duke, John Wayne, how to stand. He's a real dude. But look at here, here's some more of his leather work. He was known as the Leonardo of leather. And you even have a ball and chain, so if you want to keep your wife in one spot, put that around her ankle. Or vice versa. Look at this brown eagle here. What a wingspan. That's a golden eagle. It also has a real neat exhibit of all the old photos of the valley. Just about anything you want they have here. They also have mineral exhibits. A lot of them. Minerals from around here. And of course the early residents of the valley were the Serrano Indians. They were actually summer Indians. They were from the desert, just down at the bottom of the hill, and they would come up here each summer. But this is just the main building, but it just has everything in it that you can see. As I say, it has over 1 million artifacts out here to see. This is the old Cienega Largo log cabin, and the inside has furnishings as it was originally in the 1800s.
Now for linen, did they grow flax out here? I mean, I guess they use it all the time. That's a terrific story.
And this chair, do you notice anything unusual about that chair?
Sure leans back. Oh, it's got three legs.
That's
Three
called,
sets of legs.
yes, that's called the parson.
Look at all these, look at this bed.
Yeah.
Went around and ate people's houses.
Yeah.
The dresses of the day.
And they said that gives more leverage for getting up out of the chair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never seen one of those.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a sturdy built.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Look at the bedpan.
And then down there to
This bell is rung to bring the kids into the classroom. This is the Adobe Schoolhouse. And no inside plumbing, but this is the original two-seater. You had to sit side by side in this one. But here we are, inside of the schoolhouse. A teacher sat there. She had a blackboard, Miss Kane, and they had books and a few things here, but look at the old desks. Look at the holes are for inkwells. Remember, they didn't have pencils or things, they had pens. And there's one right there, an inkwell that they dip in and write. This is really neat. The whole school. Look at, they heated it by old stove in the corner. So it's nice and warm in here during the winter months. This is the old carriage house. And this is the old Shea cabin. And the barbershop is in there. I want to show you that in there. And right across the bridge here is the Indian teepee and how they lived and some of the elements and furs that they have. Even the totem pole is over there. Well, this is the barber shop. And they have to keep it locked up because there's a lot of really expensive antiques in this one. You know, in the old days, the barbers used to be a little of everybody. They used to be doctors, they used to be optometrists, just about everything was held in the barber shop. And what?
Pull your teeth.
Oh yeah, pull your teeth. Gosh, they did everything. Oh man. Bob Brown's exhibit. Bob was a big supporter of this museum. Was here a lot. All of this. This has 3 rooms. There's the old card table, the old stand-up piano. This is one of the bedrooms here. And I guess everything for the period. And this is the kitchen area. Look at the old stove here. Tell you folks, the museum is one destination place you can't miss when you're on a trip up here, or even you locals. You know, I've talked to locals that have lived here 20 years that don't know we have a museum. So if you ever have friends up here, you can bring them out here, because this is all history of Big Bear Valley, the Gold Rush days, Holcomb Valley, and really across the top of the mountain. Mining and cattle and everything. Yeah, this is a special stool, and it's called the Fred Ransom School. God rest his soul. He was killed in 2009, but he just loved to come into a bar and sit on his stool and chat with everybody. We miss old Fred. He was quite a character.
You don't think that's him up there, do you?
Oh yeah, there's Fred up there. This stool was in Chad's in the village, the oldest bar in the valley. Well, outside here in the back of the museum buildings, it's just equipment after equipment, mostly mining and farming equipment, early days. Like this here is a electric mining winch. But they're all old, all rusted, but you can see what they're like. This one here is a mining winch used locally in the mines. This was donated by Fred Ransom. Let's go on up. Boy, look at this. This were ski lift chairs in the early 50s out here. Isn't that something? Every piece of machinery has a sign on it, so you know what it is and what year it's from. Well, here we are at the gold panning area. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Where are you from?
Montana.
Montana.
Down south.
Montana. Very good. This is the first time you pan for gold?
Not here, but not.
Oh, here. What they have is they have sand, dirt, gravel in the bottom, and then they put pyrite, which is fool's gold. We don't let people know that. Everybody thinks it's real gold, but they love to do it. And that's the way. See, each pan has ridges in it, so what he's doing is, see, he's getting down there, getting it out, getting the water out. And see ooh, looks like you got something in there, do you?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Rich.
Yeah. And then for 50 cents, they have little jars in the gift shop area, or free little bags that they can put the fool's gold in. But it's just great to teach the kids the old way of mining. Okay, this is the stamp mill I was telling you about. And this actually runs. This was brought down, as I said, from Northern California. This is what they call the 5 stamp mill. And those pile drivers, what I call them. Is that what they're called? The 5, they're heavy weights. They're brought up by the wheel here, as you see the strap is on there, and then they're dropped down to crush rocks. It's a rock crusher, isn't it? And,
Well, it crushes the rocks,
and
it fed in the back from a feeder, crushes the rocks, and then it goes through a fine screen. Now here it would be a copper plate if it was really working, and there would be mercury that was spread on the copper plate.
Oh yeah.
Now this is a fine sand that washes across the copper plate. The gold sticks to the copper plate, and the sand just washes away. And after a while, they squeegee up the gold mercury mixture, put it in a pot like this. They heat the pot, they boil away the mercury, and it leaves pure gold behind.
Wow.
The mercury goes to a cooling coil, and they recapture it and reuse it. And
Isn't that something?
this process was used from early 20th century, late 19th century.
Wow, isn't that something? Thanks so much. more than I could have told you. And of course, Tom Core, good old Tom, bless his heart, our longtime valley historian, was responsible for bringing this down here.
Really hard up. That's pretty good.
Yep, I
don't think we're
need
wanted
some
by
more.
the FBI. Yeah.
Look at these. Boy, they got a lot of blacksmiths out here today.
Building blocks of nature, right? Okay? It's like you and your brother. When you and your brother get mad at each other, what's mom say? Get away from each other, right? Hot molecules, exactly the same thing. It's like there's
Look at
somebody
here
in there
some of the
yelling
things
at them.
they've
Get away
made.
from each other.
Look at the candle holders. Look at the cross.
Close. Oh, very
Fire.
close. See those little
Fire
things?
closers.
Those are those molecules.
Hat racks, wall racks.
It's okay. I can say it. Now, did you want the dead squirrel scrape the guts off knife or the powdered peanut butter knife? Okay.
They're both the same.
Someone said that the squirrel population, because of the unbelievable winter they had, that the squirrel population kind of got decimated. So you might have a dead squirrel scrape the guts off knife and no dead squirrel. So it's up to you. Anyway, yeah.
Before I leave, the wonderful thing that happened last year was that all this property clear down to Greenway, which is just down there by the airport, was donated to the Bear Valley Historical Society by the county. So everything this side of this chain link fence is all belonging to the Bear Valley Historical Society. And they're going to add more buildings. Here's 2 more buildings they got. One is from Juniper Point that was donated by Dr. Baumgartner. And then they're going to make a bigger, they're trying to find a bigger old house to go down there for the gift shop. And the main entrance will come off of Greenway rather than Tom Core Drive. Or I guess Greenway or Tom Core Drive. Well, there you have it. My time's up out here for the opening weekend of the Big Bear Valley Historical Museum. Open every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays and Wednesdays from now on. So don't go away. I'll be back right after these commercials.